Hello and welcome to this tutorial from libraryprogramming.org, and in this part we will learn about macros and their functionalities. The first macro which we are going to discuss is hash include macro. Now what hash include macro we have seen is that we include header files, but hash include macro can be used to include any file. It can be used to include a text file, it can be used to include anything, maybe even binary files. So here what I have done is I have a file called macros1.c in which I have included macros2.c, and then this is the text. And then if we go to macros2.c, then in macros2.c I have included 1.c, and then it is macros2. So what happens is when you try to compile the program, this is first passed to a C preprocessor, and you can run only preprocessor by saying gcc space -e. So let us run this on macros1.c. So you see, it includes, okay, let me pipe this to less pager. So first line of macros1.c includes 2, and then 2 includes 1, and 1 includes 2, and then 2 includes 1. So you can see these alternate. So it's like a cycle. 1 includes 2, but then 2 includes 1, then again 1 includes 2. Now this can also happen in header file. For example, stdi.h includes stdlib.h, and then stdlib.h includes string.h, and then string.h can also include stdi.h. We'll see how to avoid this. Now as a result of this, what happens is you will see further down is there will be an error, and the error would be too deep. Okay. So where is the error? Okay, std error is not there. So the error is here. It should have come, right? Okay, it didn't come. So this is the error, that hash include nested too deeply. Too deep inclusion is not allowed. So if you refer to this particular page of macros, oops, okay, so if you see the hash include macro, it would be here. Okay, source file inclusion. Okay, the semantics, how much is allowed? If I remember 128 or 256, so that may also be in the limits page, translation limits. Yes. Okay, so conditional inclusion is 63 levels. Beyond 63 levels you can't include, so it bails out. Now this is the specification limited, this is the minimum you have to guarantee. Compilers can supply you more. So for example, if I see this, then I guess this would be how many lines? Say I'd say wc minus l, so 602. Now some would be error, some would be something else. So I guess 256 or so, or maybe 128 should be the case. It is not 63. It is not repeated 63 times. Okay. So for example, a better way would be grep. Okay. So we look for this, and then we do line count on that. Oops. Okay. Like socks. Oops. No. It should be able to grep. Why wc minus l is 0? Let me see this. Okay. So grep is not working, or what? Okay. We'll see this. gcc space minus p macros 1.c. Okay. Okay, let's forget this. Okay, so that means this line is not there in the output, it is only on stdr. This can be confusing at times. So let's grep for this. My first method was right. I get confused very easily. Okay, so now we do wc minus l. So this is 100 lines or so. So those many times it has allowed to do nested inclusions. After that, it didn't allow. All right. So sorry for this. I was not prepared for this, that this would happen, and this is not a recorded and edited video. This is raw video which is being recorded. Okay. So now what you do is, to prevent this to happen, you write something like header guard. So what do we do in a header guard is, so we can say something like this: if and if. So we choose a symbol and we then define that, and then we say hash and f. So when the first time it will be included, this won't be defined, then this will be defined, and then this will include this, and then this line will be included and endf will terminate. After that, you need to protect oops, this should be macros 2. Okay, macros 1. So here we have to do the same thing. Hash and f. Okay. Okay. All right. So now if we do this, because of this behavior, this is the output. Now this 4 and 1 is the hash line parameter which is used by the compiler to assist you in saying what is where the error is. For example, if we say gcc macros1.c, so it says line number 4. Okay, error unknown type name first. So how does it know that this is at line number 4 and column number 1? So this is what is line number 4. Okay, and then we have got macros1.c, and then this is the line number of that. So this is macros1.c 2, and then first line of macros 1. So first is the undefined type name. So this 4 has been used as a mechanism to tell you what line number the error has occurred. So after using the include guard, we now see that it does not go in this error, include nested too deeply. So what did we learn here? We learned 4 macros in one shot. Hash define, you have seen it defines a symbol, and then hash include we have seen throughout, and then we have seen if not defined then define, and end if. One if and if must be paired with another end if. So these 4 macros we have seen, and we have seen how to use them. This is particularly useful to write header files. Whenever you write header files, always include header guards. Otherwise you will be in deep trouble at some point of time if that code is of any significance. So this is where I'll terminate this one, and when we come back in our next video, I'll show you more macros, and those would be macros replacement. We will do macros replacement, that is hash define. We'll see argument substitution and possibly hash and double hash operations, which is stringify and string concatenation. So we'll see those macros, and then the line control. Actually all this has been described here already. So how hash define works, and then undef. You can also do undef. If you have defined something, you can do an undef on that. So suppose you have defined test, then you can say if def test do something, undef test, and then if def test and do something else. So you can do this, and then hash and double hash has been hash error is there. So we'll see how to study these macros, sorry, how to use these macros in our next video. Thanks for watching the video. I'm sorry for the in between confusion, and next time I'll try to be more prepared. Thanks for watching the video. Happy programming.